Hi, I'm Kaitlyn McGarvey, and I am the instructor here at the Farm Campus of HorseClass. Today we're going to talk about the concept of shoulders back and what that means and what people often have a tendency to do. So a lot of my students have brought up the concept of pulling your shoulders back or getting your shoulders back. Many instructors will use that term to get people to sit up a little bit more. And what has a tendency to follow that is us as riders pulling our shoulder blades together and kind of pinching here with the shoulders, which then automatically hollows my lower back, if you can see that. And when it comes to a really solid position, the ability to follow horse's movement, the need is to really have an open hip. And when you've hollowed your back, it really prevents your hip from following. So the shoulders back creates a couple problems if you think of it as your typical here, okay? That's pretty obvious through my lower back that I'm hollowing. Now, what I want to kind of give you a little pointer and another way of thinking of it, because technically what they're wanting, and by saying that, is not wrong. It's just, as a rider, how we understand it and how we articulate that. So what I like to teach and what I'll think for myself is I'll either think lift the sternum, okay, so here we are, nice and straight. Okay, this is the shoulders back, obviously hollowing. Now, let's just say I'm sitting here, slumped a little bit like soft in my body. Okay, now my lower back is nice and flat, which is obviously going to allow my hips to move. Okay, now if I take my sternum and I just think lift the sternum, okay, watch what it does to my chest. And I almost think that I'm breathing up into my sternum almost to lift it, which then really put me over my vertical line. Okay, so now my shoulders are up and back, but I haven't done this one. So it's lifting or expanding upward into the sternum. The other way, depending on how my students articulate it and how they relate to it, I will also say, okay, so here we are back in slump position. And I'll also say the idea of expanding the collarbone. So when I do that, it does the same thing as lifting the sternum. It's just what you connect best with. I really think then as you take this into a movement, okay, allowing that to be kind of a focus point for a few strides, it's very easy just to think expand the chest, which will bring the shoulders back versus hollowing the lower back because you've pulled the shoulders back. Okay, so we're gonna just demonstrate this a little bit. This is shoulders back, okay? Automatically locks the hip, hollows the back. Now my horse's movement is very limited versus, let me let my lower back go. Okay, now I'm slumping. Now I'm gonna expand my chest. All right, so this makes a huge difference, especially with a sensitive horse, in their ability to want to move freely, and want to come over their back. Because again, the shoulders are like the top of the vertical line, which then allows everything else to move more efficiently. The hip will move much more efficiently. All right, we'll take this into a trot. And just give me a minute here because she's gonna need to focus. Good girl. Nope. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate the shoulders back. Okay, now this is super uncomfortable. I don't have near the motion I need through my hip. Okay, and this is where my lower back is going to hurt significantly, especially if I rode a couple days like this in a row. Okay, so now I'm going to adjust, let my back soften, Tiz, in the building, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now she's starting to really come up into me. And the trot's gotten a lot bigger. Good girl. Okay, and then in that, okay, here's going to be shoulders back again. Okay, not at all connected to that downward transition. Now we'll do it more appropriately. Nope, come here, sweetheart. She's just bracing just a touch there. We're working on softness through transitions. It's kind of her weak point. Nope, come on, darling. There we go. Now I'm gonna ride a down transition, thinking about expanding the collarbone and lifting my sternum. Much more fluid. If you found this helpful and you're interested in coming to the HorseClass Farm Campus, I'd love to have you in our 2-day intensives where we focus on anything that you want. I do a lot of riding focused work, but this would be a great way for you to get the opportunity to work on this in person.